It is now streaming on YouTube. So you can't memorize technology, it changes. As more options come, which is great, it also changes. So it's just going live now on YouTube. But welcome, Charles.
It is now streaming on YouTube.
Now, how do I stop it from?
So you can't memorize technology, it changes.
As more options come, which is great, it also changes. Okay, I'm just gonna, I think I've muted it properly, right? Yeah. Okay, so welcome everyone. And I just wanted to connect with people and specifically, oh, can you hear me? Oh, Teresa? Okay. So I just wanted to connect with everyone on this subject that is, I think, one of the biggest challenges for anyone in the healthcare field is our sort of divided desire. Well, it's not a divided desire. In fact, I think when we go into health, we don't even think about the finances involved. We simply want to help people. And then we discover that, oops, I'm going to mute you here. Hang on a second. I'm hearing a lot of background noise. Actually, what I'll do is, rather than mute people, just maybe mute yourselves and then please unmute when you want to participate. That way there won't be strange noises. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, that often we go into helping people, and this may have cost us, you know, a lot of investment in education and or rather than mute people, just oops, here we go, mute. And then we need to charge people, and this is such a difficult thing to do. Now, if you're in a subsidized practice, or you're a healthcare physician that is in a hospital, or you're in that type of situation, it's not an issue because you're covered. But if you're offering alternatives or complementary health practices, then the issue of having to charge money is a big sticking point for many people. And so I wanted to bring that up because we're in a big transition time. I would say because of COVID, it has raised the importance of health. We've seen how comorbidities are a massive cause of the deaths that are happening here. And so more people are asking about the foundations of health. What can we do to be healthy rather than just treat disease? So I wanted to, as a bonus to the 3-day event, really discuss this, because whether you have a program or not yet, or whether you want to connect with people or do workshops or support your community online, we have to get over that charging piece because we can't sustain our own lives. We can't help. We can't have our own families. We can't do what we need to do if we don't value our services. So I wanted to offer a different way of looking at it. All things that have helped me in my own resolve from when I started my practice. I was even bartering, which is still fine. There's nothing wrong with bartering. It's just that at one point, if you're wanting to do what you're doing, not as a hobby only, but actually be able to help more people and stay in practice, then it's really important that you have an understanding of your relationship to money. So maybe by a show of hands, or feel free to make a comment just at this point, are the people who have joined here, do they have an issue with, with this issue, like really helping clients connect to their journey to invest in themselves. Right? So I think if that's the title that attracted you, I'm here to discuss it a little bit in more detail. So maybe knowing what the issues that come up for you would be a good start. Go ahead. I hear you, Mayor. I see just Mayor Yoga as the name on your, but if you feel like sharing your questions, feel free.
Oh, I have no question. Sorry. It was.
Oh, no worries. Okay, not an issue. Okay, all right. So let me just retract a little bit. We've all had clients or patients that say, no, they can't come and see us because they can't afford our services, right? And then I believe many of us think, well, yeah, that might make sense. It's a drag. I really wish I could do it for nothing. I wish I could give it away. Some of us have given it away. But we have a lot of mind chatter that deals with this. And one of the things we forget is that when they have a problem, they actually need a solution. So if we don't make our solution available to them, they're going to shop somewhere else and find somebody. And it may be somebody that's not as good as you or doesn't have as many resources as you have, but it's not like their problem is going to go away typically. So often when people say no, there's reasons why they say no. And some of them is that they don't know you yet, or they don't, like in social media, we say they don't know, like, or trust you yet. And that takes time to develop with people. It's not like we're naturally loved because we're there and because we have our skill set or our modality. People need to get to know you and connect with you and see that you're visible, that you're out there. They need to kind of test you out. And now that we're such an online culture, being visible online is crucial to people trusting that, okay, what you're saying may have some validity. And also you want to work with people that you like. So if you're posting things and let's say I come across a post and I'm going, wow, I really don't like their mindset, I'm likely not going to want to work with them. And that's okay, right? You have to be true to yourself, but people need to get a sense of you to see if they're going to enjoy working with you. Like in my practice, I use a lot of humor. Well, very serious people, it's a bit of a challenge for them. So they're probably better off with a different practitioner who does similar work as I do. But if they want lightness of life and they want to have a little bit fun despite how sick they are, I'm the right person to work with. So that will come out or came out when I was in my practice. The other reason they say no is they don't understand the value of your service. So they have no way of really evaluating what the service can do for them. So you may know what it is you do. You may say, well, I'm a chiropractor. It's obvious. That's what I do. But it's not obvious to them what it does. They may have heard the name. And I know because one of my specialties is Bowen therapy. And, they think I'm flying a big jet engine called Boeing. They have no idea what it does. So to really talk about the results that people can get, what it'll make them feel is essential. So again, in an online universe, it's really educating them about the transformation that they can get so that they'll want the transformation. Most patients don't care how you get them there. They just want to get the results, right? So if they're having sleep problems, they want to know that you're going to address the sleep problems. They don't want, and what that will mean to them. They don't really care how you get them there. And having worked with a lot of healthcare practitioners, we tend to forget that. We tend to think that everyone knows what we know. And therefore, when they say no to us, they're choosing, nope, they don't think they want to do this therapy. But we're often not really understanding it from their perspective. The other thing is they don't trust that they can be helped, like themselves. In other words, they don't believe that their body can make those changes or that their body is good enough, right? We have a lot of negative self-talk and negative speak. So it's really important to take the time to look at the no as the first step in your dialogue with clients or patients. So it's not a final no, is what I'm saying. It's a no, and then your curiosity should take it to the next level and ask them why or what is it that they're looking for, what is it, and what their health problem is costing them. Because that's also completely underestimated. And once you start to put the health problem in the bigger context of their life and what they can do with their life if they didn't have whatever it is, back pain or sciatica or whatever your issue is, dental issues or whatever the ailment that they want to resolve, often they're not thinking big enough. They're focused on, oh, my quote unquote stupid body is doing this, and it's like, I just want to get rid of it. And they may be disenchanted with a conventional medicine. That's maybe why they've come to you if you're offering something different. But they're still wanting the quick fix. They're not necessarily understanding the bigger picture. So what I'm saying is that there's many factors that play into a lot of lack of information on all sides that makes people say no when they might, with time, with further education, with nurturing, come to realize that really they need to be saying yes, because what we want to help them do is say yes to themselves. And I've seen this over and over again with healthcare practitioners. Strangely enough, though we're so focused on others, when it comes to being told no to, we think it's about us. We think it's personal in that sense. And when I've looked at this more deeply or coach people to look at it differently, and they take the time to actually have that conversation with their potential client or patient, they realize that there's so much more lack of information that's making it difficult for the patient to say yes. So this is where I talk about enrolling people into their health, into a bigger vision of what's possible for them. Because don't forget, we live in a society where patients aren't told of the amazing possibilities of their own bodies, where healing isn't even really on the table, right? It's like, well, let's fix this or fix that, but we're not really talking about the massive transformation possible in the healing process. So it really is a disservice that you're doing not engaging them further. And why I bring up money is because money is often the excuse that people use up front to say no, because it's like, oh, you don't have the money. Well, that's understandable. But I can tell you that though I have had a part of my practice that I give back I've done all kinds of things, like I said at the beginning, also trading for services. Like there are many circumstances and many ways, but now charging for my service has become my way of saying I honor also what I do. And I look at the real problem that's going on is that I was allowing money to block my communication with my patients and my ability to take them to a whole other level of thinking. And you know, I know this because later I found out that they went to see somebody else, and it took whatever, much longer, or it was even more expensive. So money wasn't their core issue. They really did want to get a solution, but I was not able to engage them and really let them know how that solution could change them and that I could bring this solution about for them. So that's the main point that I wanted to discuss, and like an insight on that. And all of you here are in my or you've signed up to my 3-day online business mastery, which is a really fun event. It's very transformative in and of itself. If you are a whatever they're called, a non-paying person, somebody who just has access, I really invite you to even spend $1. Obviously, that's not going to break the bank, but it allows you to connect with the other attendants that are there so that we can actually have discussions. We have breakout groups, and I have coaches that have worked with me for quite a while to sort of help you see in which way this training could help you and open up ideas. It may be your time now, or it may be your time later, but it's really valuable information, and I'm super excited to go ahead with this. And I much prefer having people that are in the room than just hiding on Facebook. So we've put in the chat the upgrade. So you can either do $1 or 47 gives you obviously more bonuses. But either way, you'll be there and you'll benefit significantly more than sitting on the outside. And I've been in so many conferences in the last, I guess, almost a year now, that if I'm not in, I'm not really in. I notice that I'm just doing other things at the same time. So I really encourage you to go in and meet the community, the group we have now going. It's so much fun. They're actually likely to come back again for the 3 days to be part of this. So anyhow, I just thought I'd stop now because I only wanted to take half an hour of your time. Are there questions or anything would you like to ask anything? And I also made, I should say too, there's a video that I've posted in YouTube, which I wasn't going to try and multitask and play now, but I'm going to give it to you also in the chat. It's more on the subject matter. And so you're welcome to look at it. And please ask me questions. Has this helped you in any way? Are there other issues unanswered? And you can type it in the chat. I believe you all have access, or unmute and share with me. A silent group. All right. Anyway, I hope that you will that you are excited to come to the event, and and let's see what we can do. It's really the time for healers now to step up and step in to a much bigger, much more needed role. I just came off a 2-hour summit call with other healthcare practitioners that are working frontline in the hospitals and all of that. There's a crying need for more education and information, but not just like go check it out on Google, but actually helping people participate with you in a process. So it's an incredible time for these opportunities. So oh, I'm reading comments. Thank you for sharing solid help. The part about the cost of not seeking help was interesting. Yes. Yeah. And that's that's Diane. Thank you. We don't turn it around often, right? It's like if they don't get the help, where are they going? Like, are they going to have one of those comorbidities that will finish them? I don't know, but I feel like it's our duty to really step up now and not be like, oh yeah, this alternative thing or this complementary or whatever, or if you're mainstream, same thing. You have things that that people need, and it's time to really share that in a whole other way. So, and Beatrix will be there. Great. Okay, and please just join for $1 so we can have real discussions. Talking in a void has never been my strength. So there's lots of you in this void. I think over 150 people that are in a void, and it's hard to yeah. As a healer communicator myself, I need to see people and connect with them. And so, and I think it's good for all of us to do this. There's so many like-minded people in this community that, yeah, show up and let's see what we can do. Okay. I understand the void. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it is a strange world. All right. Well, I guess I should keep it open for the half an hour I promised. So in case people are late. But if you have any other comments or do share about this, if there's, the video will be available. And I'm intending to do a couple more the next 2 days, just other aspects of the same kind of issues that often stop us. All right, and I think you all have the link to upgrade for the whole of $1. Yeah, will there be a recording of each day? It's on YouTube, so I think what we'll do is create a page where people can have these links, but I haven't figured that part out. I was mostly focusing on the big 3 days and make sure that's excellent. So we'll do our best, but they are live, so you can find them also on YouTube itself. Oh, great. Okay, I have an upgrade. That's good. It's a funny world this way. All right. Yeah, the main event is definitely recorded, and that is available for the $47. And this event, I think that's the one I was talking about, is this event recorded. Well, the videos are which I cover what I've said in other ways. So those are available. Whether this particular recording is available also, I'm not sure yet, but it is on YouTube. Okay. Thank you, Teresa. Apparently it is, so we're all good. Okay. All right. Yeah, my hope is really to get this event accessible to people, and really to help healers step into a bigger version of themselves. And I know it's step by step. I mean, it took me 30 years to slowly but surely, gain my own self-worth. Not that I didn't have all the degrees and all that stuff, but there's a process that happens when you step into really understanding that you're here to help people. And when you get out of your own way, your own stories, your own things that hold you back or make you play small, right? So that issue is even bigger than money. But anyway, we will be addressing this because mindset is big. So that's one of the things I will be covering in the 3 days, because I haven't really seen many healers that haven't on some level come into this because of a wound or something they really wanted to learn and help others with. So I think it's essential that we do that. Oh, thank you, Diane. Okay. Happy breaths to everyone. I'm intrigued what you have up your sleeves. I'm assuming you're doing breath work. That might be the case. Here you are.
Yes, I do singing and stage confidence. It's awaken your authentic voice using sound energy, breath, and mindful focus. It's so in line with what you do. And I'm just tickled that you're doing this, and starting small is just great. So thank you.
Oh, good. Well, no, it's exciting. And I've done work like this. I just finished my first TEDx talk last weekend. So, I know it was huge, and I can tell you, oh my goodness, not an easy first step. It's not a first step. It took a long time to get to the courage that the message is significantly more important than the messenger. It's always getting out of our own way. That's what I've seen over and over again. And then we have another layer of us that is in the way. And then so get rid of that. And it's not about boasting. It's the opposite. It's about keeping ourselves small. Mm-hmm. And not seeing the importance of the work and the transformations that, even though we see them, anyway.
That's helpful. Thank you. That's really helpful. I'm just starting out on the online side of things.
Oh, great.
I've been doing marketing for 50 years, but that's really helpful in what you bring, because marketing would have you believe you have to be the latest, greatest thing. And that's really what, in my feeling, that's not working. What works is the message, the energy. If they like you, because of where you're coming from, that's going to be the true success.
Yep. It really is that way. And trust me, one of the reasons I'm teaching is actually wide awake to marketing is really the feeling I have towards this. I've taken so many marketing courses, and I've tried so many things. Talk about investment. And it's coming back to yourself.
That's what I say too. Come inside so you can come out authentically.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so on the same page. I love it. I'm so glad you reached so many.
Super. Okay.
Well, thank you so much. Tinkerbell says, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Okay.
I've got to run, but I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you, Dr.
Okay,
Ann.
great. Looking forward to. And that Laura, you just jumped on. There is a video. Actually, that needs to be put back in the chat. Because now I understand that the chat only, you only get what you were when you're here. But I'm just going to repost this. This is a call for upgrading even $1 full so that you can actually participate and get help during this 3-day event. And the other thing is I have, looking for it now, a video on YouTube. Here we go. With a more in-depth covering of the issues that I raised today. So here they are. I think you should have those now, Laura. All right. Okay. So I look forward to meeting everyone in more depth, and there'll be a couple more trainings coming up, and then we'll do the big work in the next those 3 days. All right. Take care, everyone. Okay, I need to end this. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. See you soon.